안녕하세요.
你好
여러분 안녕하세요.
Здравствуйте
How do you do?
Hello 你好大家好
저는 삿포로를 너무 사랑합니다.
Hello everyone, you're listening to Sapporo Navigation provided by Sankakuyama Broadcast Station. I'm Kentaro from Hokkaido University English-Speaking Society and I am joined by Ryo from Hokudai ESS as well. Hello Ryo, how are you doing today?
I study university lesson.
Thank you for joining to the program for the first time. I think you are a little bit nervous, but it's okay to open up.
I'm very nervous.
Right. Thank you for listening to this program. We really appreciate having this opportunity to be radio personalities. In this program, we will provide information about Sapporo. This program targets foreigners who live or stay in Sapporo and also Japanese who study foreign languages like us. You can listen to this program on the internet or application called Listen Radio. Please recommend this program to your friends. Phone number is 011-640-3330. Fax number is 011-640-3330. Email address is request@sankakuyama.co.jp. Now onto the music. This is Waving Through a Window by Ben Platt. Hello everyone, you're listening to Sapporo Navigation and I am joined by Ryo as I said. Hello Ryo.
Hello.
It's been getting very cold lately, but you've been living in Hokkaido for 20 years, right? You're from Hokkaido.
Yes.
So how cold is it today for people in Sapporo? People in Hokkaido maybe.
Even people in Hokkaido. Today is very cold.
Oh really? I heard that people in Hokkaido tends to feel more colder than like people in Honshu. So yeah, it was surprising to me. Listeners, please stay warm inside your room. Maybe you can turn your air conditioner if you're feeling cold. Please don't get some cold. Please take care of your bodies. Okay, let's go to some of the news that we are interested in from this week or last week. We're going to share some of the news that we find interesting. So, Ryo, do you have anything that you want to talk about?
Oh yeah, a brand new iPhone and iPad was launched on September 24th.
Yeah.
And I bought iPhone 13.
Alright.
As I expected, the spec of camera is very good.
Yeah. I sometimes think that the iPhone camera is even more better than normal digital cameras.
Oh.
Yeah. So, can I ask you the price for the phone?
Actually, I said to mother, about 12,000 yen, but actually 15,000 yen.
Oh right. It is rather expensive for like young people, I guess, for like students especially. Yeah. So when I got my phone, it was about 70,000 yen. So yeah, not 70,000. Yes, 70,000. So I had to like get some help from my parents as well. Yeah. Okay. So is this your second phone that you're going to get?
Oh yes. I previously I used iPhone 7. I was impressed technology innovation. After the renovation was lifted, I tried to make a reservation by iPhone 7. But the old iPhone 7 had a fever and stopped. I was very angry with it.
It got very hot. All right. Let me share my news from this week.
Oh yeah.
This is news from this is very famous news all over Japan and all over the planet, I guess. So this year's Nobel Prize for the physics went to Japanese climate scientist Shukuro Manabe, and he had predicted a global warming model more than 50 years ago. He is based in United States now as a researcher in Princeton University. I personally found this answer to why he is based in the US quite interesting. He said that Japanese society and people take more importance on harmony and didn't match his personality. But in the US, he doesn't have to pay attention to how he might be judged by other people. And that is why he is a lot comfortable to engage in research for him in America. Yeah, I thought it's very interesting. Like, you know, when you live in Japan, you tend to like pay attention to harmony of people in Japanese society. But in the US, it's more, you know, individualism. Yeah.
I think Japanese people are afraid of
being judged by people.
Isolation.
Yeah,
afraid of isolation.
Yes.
So Japanese people tend to choose normal choice.
Yeah. I never thought about the Japanese culture in the viewpoint of research. You know it's been a social problem sometimes, but I never thought it is also a great important, element for university research. Yeah. By the way, what is your field of studying in university?
Studying in university is very, very difficult for me.
Yeah. So what are you studying?
I study law, Japanese law, but law is very difficult. I tend to study politics.
So can I ask why you wanted to study politics or the law?
When I was a high school student, my dream was being a journalist.
Oh, right.
So being a journalist needs to study Japan and all over the world politics.
Yeah, that's why. So do you still want to be a journalist, or do you have any other dream now?
Actually, I think it's very difficult for me to be journalist.
Yeah.
But my dream is still alive.
I think, in my view, there are so many ways to be a journalist, I think. Maybe you can be hired by a newspaper company, or you can be a journalist. Or if you are hired by, I don't know, some magazine company, you can be a journalist. Or even there are some, scientific journalists as well. So I think there are so many ways to become a journalist.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So I hope you will be able to realize that dream. Yeah, for me, I am studying forest science and about disaster and the environment in the forest. Yeah, that is because I liked being in nature. I liked climbing mountains with my family, with my father mostly. So I wanted to learn more about the mountains and forest. Yeah. So yeah, I think it was a great opportunity for me to study about the natural world. Yeah. It gets me to think more about the environment and I don't know, sustainability, I guess. All right. Let's get to the next music. This is Tonight by Alina Castillo. Information on Sapporo Clock Tower Bell 140th Anniversary Special Edition. The official name of the clock tower that symbolizes Sapporo City is former Sapporo Agricultural College Enbujo, or Military Drill Hall, and it was registered as a tangible cultural property in 1965. The building of this hall was completed on October 16, 1886, and the hall had a small tower bell. Renovated, equipped with a clock machine manufactured by Howard Corporation from Boston, it became today's Sapporo Clock Tower. The first bell sound was heard by Sapporo citizens on August 12, 1881 in Meiji era. This year marks the 140th anniversary of the installation of the bell, and in commemoration of this property, we decided to exhibit it on the second floor of Sapporo Clock Tower. About the bell of Sapporo Clock Tower. It has been 140 years since the clock was installed at the former Sapporo Agricultural College Enbujo, but even now there are no parts replaced from the original building except some pins. And the clock that continues to mark the passage of time is thought to be one of the most valuable clocks in the world. The clock machine was manufactured by E. Howard Corporation and it uses 50 kilograms weight for turning gears and 150 kilograms weight for hitting the bell. In a day, those weights descend 0.7 meters and 2.5 meters respectively, and every 4 days these weights are rewound by human power. This nationally oldest mechanic clock tower was registered as 32nd Mechanical Engineering Heritage by the Japan Society of Mechanical Engineering in 2009. Details of this exhibition. Period is from September 13th to October 13th in 2021. The venue is Sapporo Clock Tower, 2nd floor. The content of the exhibition is about a clock manufacturing company, the mechanism behind the clockwork, some photographs and documents at the time of installation. We have been handing out Clock Tower 140 anniversary postcards. The number of postcards is limited. You can get one at the entrance counter. Due to the COVID-19 pandemic, the Sapporo Clock Tower might be closed, and the details of this event might be changed. Okay, so we are back. In this section, we'd like to talk about sleep. In Japan, there's a saying called Aki no yonaga, or the autumn night is long, autumn evening is long. And it is very easy to understand because, as you can feel, the night is getting longer and longer as we approach winter. So we'd like to talk about sleep a little bit, the sleep in Japan especially. Okay, so according to Nichiban, a company based in Tokyo, Japan, it was revealed that in the trend of global pandemic, Japanese people's sleep quality is decreasing. Even though young people often answer that they go to bed earlier than pre-pandemic, overall, people answer that their sleep quality became worse. Japanese people are thought to be having less sleeping hours compared to the global average. About 40% of population are sleeping for 4 hours or less. Yeah. So what do you think about this trend? The Japanese people are sleeping the least hours of time in the world.
It's a bad thing.
Yeah.
I heard long sleep will decrease tiredness and stress.
Yes.
So I think Japanese people should sleep more long time.
So when you look back your life, how long do you sleep, a day?
I want to sleep for 8 hours, but I can't fall into sleep well. So I sleep not more than 7 hours.
Okay. So what do you think is the reason why you cannot sleep?
I have good or bad habits.
Yeah.
When I was in local house,
yeah.
My mother told me to get up earlier. So I can't get up late now.
Right. I see.
Yes.
Okay. So, but the questions that I get often from people is that, people tell me that, oh, you're a university student, you must be sleeping less hours than usual. So when you became a university student, did your sleep habit change?
Yeah, I can't change that habit.
Yeah.
I can't still get up late. So if when I go to bed late, I can't get up late, so my sleeping time becomes shorter.
Yeah. Well, Sapporo City is obviously one of the biggest cities in Japan, and it is said that people in the city tends to sleep less than people in countryside. So why do you think? Because most people in Japan are living in towns or cities.
Oh.
So I think that is why one of the reason why Japanese population sleep less than global average.
Oh.
But why do you think people in city tends to sleep less?
Oh, a big city
Yeah.
has a lot of downtown. So everyone want to enjoy the big city's attractive.
Yes. Are you like when you grow up and get a job and get money? Do you think that you will enjoy, that kind of nightlife?
Oh yeah, I want to enjoy it.
I don't think I will be able to enjoy it that much because I don't like drinking alcohol. Yeah, I have never been to a bar. So actually, I think I'm going to, sleep as usual, even if I become a shakaijin or like a working adult. Yeah, actually, I'm going to live in Tokyo for next year. And it's going to be, but I think that my lifestyle will be the same. Yeah, of course I will be busy with my work, but I think I won't have to stay up late because I just want to enjoy it. Yeah. So one of the things that people say is that they are sleeping earlier than pre-pandemic. Yeah, because they don't have to go to school or they don't have to go to work. They can work from home or they can study from home, so they can sleep early. So how was it in your case?
I always watch TV on the YouTube.
Right.
So I can't go to bed earlier.
Well, what I am feeling right now is that because I don't go out, I don't get tired, right? So because I don't get tired, I don't get sleepy. So I can stay up late for hours. Yeah. So I have to say that I was sleeping better in pre-pandemic time, than like pandemic time. So it's very, I think it's very interesting thing. One more thing that is interesting is that young people are sleeping better because of the coronavirus. Yeah. And I think it is a good thing, Yeah. So you said about the social media, at like the YouTube. Yeah. So why do you want to like stay up late and watch YouTube?
I said YouTube as an example. I watch other social media.
Right.
Amazon. I joined Amazon Prime last month, so
really?
I watch movie.
Yeah, maybe you can like sign it up for free right now for like 6 months.
1 month free time.
Okay.
Free time.
Okay, so that is why you are staying up late. But I think it's a good thing to have something that you can enjoy in your life. Yeah. Well, when it comes to sleep, there's a trend in Japan, like in which people are moving from city to countryside. Yeah, because they might be tired from city life. This is something called U-turn or I-turn in Japanese. People tends to get some maybe farming business or any other kinds of business in local town or like a countryside rather than cities. I think it is a very good trend, I think, because there are too many people in the city, especially in Tokyo. It's about time that we distributed those population to other parts of the city. Yeah, this is sometimes called compact city in Japanese. Yeah, so I think this kind of compact city concept will, improve people's, sleeping quality.
I agree with you.
Yeah. All right. Thank you for sharing. Let's get to the next music. This is Viva la Viva by Coldplay. Okay, so in the last section, Leo, you talked about using the YouTube.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, at nighttime. I think it's about a good time that we talked about social media, the usage of social media, especially in Japan. Maybe we can compare it with other countries. Okay, so we have here the rankings of social media usage in Japan and worldwide. So what I want you to do is name from 1 to 3, maybe. Yeah, so what do you think is the number one social media that is used in Japan?
In Japan, Twitter is number one social media.
Okay. Your guess is Twitter, and then?
Facebook. Instagram. Yeah, I think you did it very, very great. Actually, this is maybe elusive, but the first one is Line. Line?
Yeah.
I forget it.
Yeah, this is more like... can I call it social media? It's more like a communicating tool rather than... yeah, I think it is a social media. So Line is used by 88 million people in Japan. So, which is to say, in Japanese it is 8,000,000 people. And followed by Twitter, which is used by 45 million. And followed by Instagram, 33 million. And followed by Facebook and TikTok. Yeah. So what we can see here is that the Line is dominating the market, social media market. And also it is notable that Twitter usage is very, very big in Japan. Okay, so let's move on to the world. So name 1 to 3.
World number one is, I think, Facebook.
Yes.
It's number one.
Correct. And the second?
Second, Twitter.
All right. And the third?
Instagram.
Yeah, I think you did it great. Well, the first one is, the number one is, of course, Facebook. Yeah, I think it has a very, very long history. Well, it's about, I don't know, more than 20 years. And followed by something called WhatsApp. Yeah, I think this is very, very popular in the US, I guess. This is like, Line version of like, Line kind of,
I don't know it.
Communicating application. And followed by WeChat. Yeah, I never heard of it. And it is followed by Instagram. Yeah, the global Facebook usage is 2.8 billion people. Yeah. So I think it's very interesting to talk about why Twitter is that popular in Japan. There are so many like characteristics to each social media. Like when it comes to Instagram, you can post pictures or photos, and it is like visually attractive.
Yeah.
When it comes to Facebook, you can post about your life, yeah, but you can write a long sentence. But when it comes to Twitter, it's about one word or one sentence, right? Or a few sentences. So yeah, do you have any like ideas on why Twitter is so popular in Japan?
Japanese people tend to like
maybe you can express it in Japanese.
匿名
Yeah. Anonymous. Like tweeting. Yeah.
So Japanese people tend to like anonymous communication.
Yeah, I think that's a great point. Yeah, like when it comes to Facebook or Instagram, it's about your life. So you have to show who you are when you're using Facebook or Instagram. But when you're using Twitter, you have to you can just cover yourself with like fake identity. Yeah. Well, my opinion is that, people in Japan tends to refrain from showing their true opinions, right? In person, like directly. They tend to say, something that is not on their mind. Yeah, because Japanese people tends to make harmony, right? So they don't say what they are thinking. But when it comes to internet, they can just express whatever they are talking about, or whatever they are feeling or thinking. So I think Twitter is famous in Japan and popular in Japan because, they can let those feelings out, right? Yeah, I think. Well, I'm sure there will be some researchers on the usage of social media. So this is the field of sociology or psychology. I think it's going to be very interesting to look at. Yeah. Okay, so the next thing that we need to talk about is, are there any worries that you have right now because of the social media? Okay, so can I ask which of these social media you use?
I use Twitter and Instagram and Line.
Okay, so have you ever had any problems or worries because of these social media?
I have never experienced problems. I make it rule to do I don't follow people who I don't meet directly.
Right. I think that's a very good rule. Yeah. Well, when it comes to especially Instagram and Facebook, you have some in your friends section, you have some names that you don't know, right? That's very weird. Well, actually, about half a year ago, I stopped using Instagram because, I felt weird at seeing other people's life. It's easy to compare yourself with others' lives. So it makes me kind of depressed, or it makes me kind of lonely or sad. Yeah, so I decided to stop using them. Yeah. Do you think that your usage of social media changed after COVID-19? After the, jishiku or stay-home order?
Social media will change society. So
after coronavirus. Yeah. Did you, about you,
my opinion, coronavirus spread Zoom.
Yeah.
I think Zoom is one of the social media. So Zoom is very useful after coronavirus.
Yeah, it's a very good point. COVID-19 definitely has brought us another way of communicating with people. Yeah, it might be better than social media, but not as good as meeting people directly like we do right now. All right, thank you for sharing your opinion. Let's get to the next music. This is Silence by Before You Exit. Alright, we are back for the final section of the program. As we talked about in the beginning of the program, it's getting colder and colder in Sapporo, and it's getting darker and darker every day. So the one thing that you need when it is cold and dark might be the hot spring onsen from Japan. Alright, so because this is about Sapporo and Hokkaido's program, we'd like to introduce some popular hot springs you can experience in Hokkaido. So, according to a website, a travel website called Jaran. Yeah, do you know Jaran?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, this is very famous. Let me introduce the four main, the most popular hot springs in Japan. The first one is Noboribetsu Hot Spring, followed by Toyako Hot Spring, followed by Jozanke Hot Spring, followed by Akanko Hot Spring. So, have you ever been to one of these hot springs before?
I have been to Noborebetsu Jigokudani Onsen.
Right.
There's big Oga statue and the valley and white fog.
Right.
When I saw it, I was overwhelmed.
Right. So yeah, it's very iconic, the Oga statue.
Oga statue.
Yeah, it's called Oni in Japanese. Yeah, it is very, very like closely related to the Hell world.
Oh.
Yeah, that's why it's called Jigokunani, or the Hell Valley. Well, for me, I'd like to recommend going to Toyako Hot Spring because it is located in Toyako town.
Oh yeah.
So what you can do is like go up the mountain, and you can enjoy the hot spring and also the scenery of Toyako Lake.
Oh.
Yeah, it is a very, very perfect match. Yeah. So if listeners you're feeling wondering about which hot springs to go in Hokkaido or in Sapporo, these 4 places are places to be. So I'm going to explain briefly what hot spring is. So a hot spring is a spring produced by the emergence of geothermally heated groundwater onto the surface of the earth. The groundwater is heated either by shallow bodies of magma. And as you know, there are so many volcanic activities in Japan. There are so many like geoplates around Japan. So there are so many volcanoes. So I think it's very easy to get hot springs or hot water in Japan. Yeah. So let me move on to why we love hot springs so much. Like Japanese people love hot springs so much.
Hot springs is believed to have good effect, people's health.
Yeah. I think in Edo period, hot spring was a place where people can gather and talk about anything. Talk about the rumors or talk about, the gossips. Yeah, so I think this is more like a social place. Yeah, it's very sad that, because of the pandemic that we cannot go to those hot springs.
Me too.
Because we have to be like close to people and take off our masks. Yeah. So after COVID, is there any place that you want to go?
I want to go to onsen, hot springs.
Well, if you are wondering which place to go outside Hokkaido, I would recommend Dogo Onsen in Ehime Prefecture. Yeah, Dogo Onsen is actually the nationally oldest hot spring. Yeah. If you know the story of Bochan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
So this Bochan is a location of this Dogo onsen hot spring. Yeah, so I think this is a great place to be. Yeah, so thank you so much for sharing your opinions on hot spring, and yeah, thank you for coming to the program today.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's very nice talking to you directly. All right, let's get to the closing. The next program will be provided in Korean on October 15th. Next English program will be on October 29th. The address is 札幌市西区8軒1条西1丁目2-5三角山放送局. So, Ryo, how was the recording today?
I was very, very, very nervous.
Yeah.
But I'm glad to see you directly.
Yes. Yeah, we met on Zoom, but we never really met in person. I thought you were much taller than I had expected.
Thank you.
Actually. Yeah, so thank you for coming to the program. See you next time. Bye.
See you.